Coco Chanel told us to take one thing off before leaving the house as her mantra for good style. I'm gonna go the other way. To determine your painting style, you need to add one more thing back. Let me explain. We're bombarded on the painting YouTubes and beyond with a seemingly unending variety of art styles, and it's easy to get overwhelmed, especially if you're coming out of that beginner realm and starting to search for a style you can comfortably call your own. Today, we're going to talk about an exercise that helps you whittle down your style. So here's what you're going to need for today. Your favorite paper, whatever it is, your favorite brush, and a few supplies that you go to again and again. Get them all within reaching distance so it's easy for you to use them. Then I suggest taking 5 minutes to really think about the palettes and the brushes and the pens and mixed media stuff that you use all the time, because I want you to have that nearby. Actually, a note about paper. You may want to use your more affordable paper for this one, because we're going to go through, or potentially you're going to go through, a decent amount of paper. And the quality of your paper on this exercise doesn't really matter too much. All right, now pick a subject matter, something simple that you can paint again and again pretty comfortably. I'm going with an apple, but seriously, you do you. To start, we're going to paint or draw or whatever this thing 4 times. And I'm going to suggest, though, that you continue and do more than 4 times, but that's for later. You're going to go ahead and draw your apple, paint your apple, whatever comes to mind first in a particular style. I'm starting with pencil, and then I'm going to go in with quick watercolor and do kind of a pencil and wash style. I'll give you a little teaser. This video isn't about me teaching you how to paint an apple in 4 different ways. So the thing is, the best way to determine your style, or at least get closer to what you think your style might be, is to try out a bunch of different styles. But creating full-blown paintings in a bunch of different styles is super overwhelming. So instead, we're going to create super tiny paintings a whole bunch of times in a whole bunch of different styles. And it's kind of like the World Series of painting. We're just going to keep whittling down what we like and throwing out what we don't. All right, so back to my apple. I've done a little line and wash. I've gone back into the wet watercolor and with some pencil and done my thing. I'm gonna move on to my next quadrant here with a different style apple. Now the point is to be quick and decisive. This time I'm going right in, wet on dry, same apple, but I'm going in with a looser approach than my first apple and testing this one out. I actually presented this idea on TikTok, and one of the questions that I got, which I thought was awesome, is what if we don't know the different styles? Here, let me tell you what I think you should do in that case. Number 1, get on to YouTube Shorts, the short videos, super fast, or TikTok, and do hashtag search for watercolor, acrylic, whatever you're interested in, and take a look at what other artists are doing and see if any styles stick out to you. Number 2, you could just do a quick Google search for different styles of art. You'd be surprised what you'll come up with. Number 3, and this is probably my favorite, don't worry about it too much. At this point, if you're starting to think about your art style, you've been painting for a little bit and you have enough information to dive into this exercise. Just go with your gut and just try to make each apple, or whatever it may be, different and see what happens. Okay, my third apple, I'm thinking quick, using a big brush, much bigger than makes sense, and I'm just gonna do super loosey-goosey, simple strokes, as few strokes as possible. This is a great paint along, and I hope you're painting along with me, and if you are, or you're gonna paint along with me after you watch it one time, let me know in comments, oh yeah, and while you're at it, go ahead and give this video a boop, that's a like. Now my last apple, I'm going with just a drawing pen, and I'm gonna do like a line and wash, which is like an outline and then fill with watercolor. So the idea here, friends, is to do your first 4. Remember, same subject matter, simple subject matter, instinctive approach, and work fast. Don't overthink it. After you've got these 4 done, I want you to pick your favorite one. And don't overthink it. Like, take 20 seconds and pick your favorite one. And then I want you to do 4 more based on your favorite apple, or whatever it may be. And then, as you guessed it, I'm sure you just could keep repeating this pattern. Every new 4 that you do, you can choose your favorite. And what you're going to discover pretty quickly is that you're leaning towards or gravitating towards a certain technique, a certain approach, a certain color palette, and that's going to give you the information you need to continue with a lot of knowledge and power towards that goal of really fleshing out your particular painting style. So yeah, I mean, at the end of this 4 times Apple exercise, are you going to have it all figured out? No, but this is a really powerful way to start the journey. It's a very informative way to educate yourself and discover things about yourself and your style without investing a ridiculous amount of time. You're definitely ready for this next video where I go into more of the mindset of discovering your personal art style. And until next time, friends, I wish you lots and lots and lots, and number 4, lots of happy painting. I hope you got that joke.